Good morning, everyone. It's just about 10 o'clock. I've been up for the past 3 or 4 hours. I have my coffee. I have been thinking a lot this morning as I was doing my daily devotions about how sometimes magic does what we need rather than what we want it to do. I was originally going to call this sarcastic magic, but that doesn't quite fit what magic does. So, I'm going to tell you my story. I've always worked in retail. I enjoy retail. It's not something that's shameful for me or hard. What makes it hard is when you have bad managers. I think we all know working with bad managers makes any job more difficult than it needs to be. So, I've been working in this place, and because I'm still working there, I'm not going to say the name. I will say that come March, I might start doing a series on all the crap that they put us through, and names will be said because I will no longer be working there. So I got this job, and it wasn't what they advertised. There was no room for improvement, even when positions came up. The department I was working in, the team lead quit, and they moved somebody who was already a team lead in another department to that department, to our department, pissing off pretty much everyone in the department because there were people who were more qualified. It's a brand new store. It's just over a year old. And some of the people who were working there, all the people actually, had been working there since the store opened. And that's just one of the many things. So I was getting tired. I wanted a new job. I did what you're supposed to do when you want a new job. I filled out applications. I researched the job market in my area. Tried to find something that would fit me very well. Did all the applications online and some in person. And then I did that for like 2 days. I sat at my computer and I went through all my information, updated my resume, did all that. And I decided to do a spell because what do witches do when we do all the mundane stuff? Do some magic. That'll be great. So I wrote down my petition, everything I wanted in a job, everything that I thought I needed. And again, this was around the end of July, beginning of August. Did my spell, let it do its thing. My boyfriend gets a call from his friend and person he volunteers with. Our friend owns a media production company, and he has his hands in everything: video game design, role-playing game design, magazine, editorial. He does everything with this production company. And my boyfriend is the in-house videographer for the company. So there was a convention, August 24th or 25th, for that whole weekend, and our friend asked, "Do you want to come and videotape all our panels for us?" And my boyfriend was like, maybe I have to see what we're. I'm like, no, let's do it. You haven't seen some of these people in like a year. I think it's time to go. We'll have fun. We'll have a decompressing weekend. It'll be great. And it was. It was probably one of the best conventions I had gone to in a really, really long time. So, the company is a family. And I mean that in just about every single way. The CEO, which is our friend, is like, I don't want to say everyone's father, but everyone's really kooky uncle who, while the term herding cats is very applicable to this, he has mastered the cat herd. We do have some amazing people, and we're all family by choice. And I clicked with them immediately. It was people I could hang out with and talk to, and I looked at our friend. I'm not saying names just because it's still in development. And I said, if I want to be, you know, completely masochistic here, how do I work for you? How do I write for you? And he's like, let me get through con. Let me get a few more things out the door, and then I will give you a call and we will work something out. So it was about the middle to end of September before we were able to sit down and go through the interview and the vetting process and everything. And he's like, I want you on our writing and editing team. I want you to, write for our role playing game, and I want you to write for our magazine. Your writing is amazing. And I've had people tell me my writing is good, and I've had people be like, this will work really well. We just have to. But to hear somebody who has no obligation to tell me they like my writing, who is interviewing me for a writing position, tell me that my work is amazing and tell me that my writing is lovely is kind of a wake up, oh my god, I'm doing this. So instead of finding a new retail job, my magic found me a writing job that, while I'm not getting paid for this first series that I'm writing, I now have 8 articles, creative nonfiction articles, that I can put on my resume and say, I wrote these and they're legitimately published. So that's something beyond amazing when you're trying to kick your way into the writing world. Right now I'm starting my 5th article. It's being delayed a little bit, because we are moving, next beginning of next month. But everything's going to be published by summer, and I'll definitely be leaving links and stuff for my articles, but all our writers' articles are amazing. And yeah, so going back to the magic part of this, sometimes our magic doesn't give us what we want, but what we need. I wanted a new retail job. It gave me a writing job, a legitimate writing job. It's for a legitimate company. This isn't just a bunch of people who like, hey, let's write. No, this is a legitimate magazine. Um, and that always happens for me. I did a spell for my boyfriend to help him get a full-time job. That's why we're moving. He wanted to stay in the area, and he's a director. He has been working for the local news station, and through corporate, everything corporate does, they are closing our local station and moving it to another state. So I'm like, well, I'm going to do a spell so that you find a full-time job in directing, doing what you want. And of course, he's applying everywhere. He doesn't believe in the magic as much. And he gets the job in the other state. I'm like, well, I kind of wanted to stay here and, do all that, but my magic's like, no, I think you need to go to another state. You need to get out of here. And it's happened like that so many times. Doing spells, I did a spell to find my familiar. My last familiar, she died, she was 13. And I'm like, well, it's been a couple years. Let me find a new one. And the first cat we got, Una, no interest in me. No interest in being a familiar, no interest in the altar except to climb on it. So I'm like, okay, not my familiar, cool. Second cat we got, Liana, she is all about the magic. She has to put her nose into everything. And of course she's a black cat, because I have to be the most stereotypical witch in the world. Yeah, she's like, what's this? What's this? I have to put my nose in it. I'm gonna lay right here across my lap when I meditate. Every time I do a spell, she's right there, right next to me. So, not the cat I was looking for, but the cat I got. The cat I needed. Money spells happen to me all the time. Oh, I need $50 to, do this thing that I want to do. Well, my magic's like, no, you don't need to do that. You need to do this, and here's the money to facilitate that, which turns around and facilitates the money to do that other thing. But first you have to do this because I'm going to be like that. So if you don't think that your magic worked, give it a minute. Really think about what you wanted and what you got as a result of your magic, because that's what you needed. Other things, productivity spells or energy spells are a big thing for me because I do have chronic illness. And when I do an energy spell, I try to do it so that I have energy to get through my day. And they don't always work. And I wonder why. And then I realize tomorrow, for example, I did one like 3 weeks ago. I did an energy spell about 3 weeks ago. Tomorrow we're going to the other state to look at apartments. It's like a 3-hour drive. We have 2 apartments to look at, and it's a 3-hour drive back. That's obviously an entire day. And that's going to take a lot of energy out of me. That is going to really drain me for probably I'm going to be out for a week with my energy level and my pain levels. But today I woke up and I don't have pain in my back, which is very rare for me. If I don't have pain, it's a rare morning. I'm going to sit and do a little bit of packing, and this mess back here, if you can see some of it, that right there is a pile of clothes that I have to go through. So I'm going to do a little bit of that, and I realized that energy spell I did 3 weeks ago has been percolating so that I can handle that and handle tomorrow with minimal pain and minimal energy drain. So, yeah, you just have to have to think about what you need versus what you want, and your magic almost always knows what's best, and you just have to trust it. You really do just have to trust your magic to work. And I guess that's the whole point of this 15-minute spiel is trust your magic. It knows what to do. So I hope this little story time was fun and informative, and I will see you later.